Welcome to Let's Talk About It, the podcast where we dive deep into the challenges and triumphs of life in your 20s through the lens of a resilient Black woman. Join your host, Shun Monae, as she fearlessly explores the highs and lows of her journey, tackling topics that matter to her and to you. I'm your host, Shun Monae, and I'm here to share my experiences, thoughts, and insights on everything from dealing with PCOS to navigating the intricate dance of friendship while climbing the professional ladder. This is a safe space where real conversations happen and no topic is off limits. Occasionally, we'll be joined by special guests, experts, friends, and thought leaders who will add their unique perspectives to the conversation. Together, we'll explore the controversial, the personal, and the impactful. So get ready to laugh, learn, and maybe even challenge your own beliefs. It's time to let's talk about it because life's journey is sweeter when we navigate it together. Hey, girl, hey. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It with me, your host, Shun Monae. So, today we are going to discover whether or not we are an asset or a liability. Friend edition. I consider myself an asset, but let's talk about it. So, our word of the day is asset. Asset is a useful or valuable thing, person, or quality. Like I said, we're going to find out today which one we are. So, since we are talking about friends, what is the purpose of friends? The purpose of having friends is to reduce stress, allow for personal development, and a sense of belonging, just to name a few. Disclaimer: I am not a perfect person, nor have I always been this perfect friend. We all have room to grow, okay? But with the help of other friends and mentors and, guidance and research, I've been able to obtain some of these positive attributes that make for a good friend. Okay? So let's get started with just a few things that makes you a good friend. Excuse my tone. I'm completely fine. This is like my second or third time recording this, and it's all is well. But I'm so picky about how I sound, and all I could hear was my nails tapping against the mic, and that bothered me a little bit. So I'm a little bothered by it, but the show must go on because this is important to me. Okay, so these are just a few different tips I think help nurture friendships. My number one is being a good listener. Um, Being a good listener to me is not always giving me advice, especially when it's unwarranted, like when I didn't ask for it. Um, and not always uh, having a textbook response or whatever it is I'm going through, because most of the time I'm not looking for that. Sometimes I just need to get things off of my chest, and that's all. Words of encouragement. I really hate when people feed into like my negative thoughts, especially over especially if it's over something small. Like if I'm already on 10, don't amp me up and shoot me up to a 20. And if I give off the vibe like I'm finna go and take my anger out on something to someone, don't encourage that shit. Like stop it. Cause that's where you become a liability. And we're gonna talk about that after I get through these first couple of tips. And if I'm telling you about something, right? Like if I called you and I'm telling you about something, do not make it about yourself. I think that is super inconsiderate and it's a pet peeve of mine that drives me insane. Because if you have something that you need to say, you need to pause. Pause, wait a minute, wait until I'm done. Pause and like count to 10 or 20. Do what you need to do. But especially if it's something like I care about. Like I'm talking about how I'm about to go and pick out this car. Don't change the subject and tell me about what you finna go eat later on when we got off the phone. Like what? You ain't even listening to me. You're thinking about something completely different. Your brain is in another space. So I think being a good listener is key. Um, let's see. Another big one to me is hmm, I'm gonna say being kind and being supportive. Like if you see like your friend is trying to start like a business venture, even though you may not have like the funds to support monetarily, the least you can do is like something or send them words of encouragement or tell another friend that this person is doing this. I think that goes a long way because you're not, I think it creates like that, it eliminates that connotation that you might feel threatened by your friend's success. And I'm not with that. Like you see your friend trying to do something or get something off the ground, you need to support that stuff. Like if she's selling handbags, if she is selling cookies, tell someone about it. That's your homie, right? That's your girl. Go support them. Tell someone. Share a post. I think that's important too. Back to being kind. Just like being nice. Tell your friend she looks beautiful today. Or tell your friend like, oh my god, I know she got a haircut. Like I like that haircut. Because I think it goes a long way when people make subtle changes like their appearance and someone like notices it. I think it makes them feel good. It's like, oh snap, like he really paid attention to me. I saw one of my friends. I'm like, did you start working out? And they're like, oh, like yeah, I did. I can tell. Like you look good. It is not in no flirtatious way, okay? We ain't out here just flirting with friends and stuff like that. But they would like to hear that. Like, oh, like you noticed the hard work I've been doing. Like, I was just like some friendly type shit. That's it. Don't make it don't make it weird. Um if you do make it weird, that's between y'all. I'm just saying don't. um Putting in effort and making yourself available. Um so oftentimes I don't know if it's just like my generation or the newer generations that makes it seem like you have to go and spend $1 million to prove that someone means something to you. And that's not me. I don't care for that. Quality time is my love language. So we could be in the same room, just breathing each other's like air. Just like having you around me is good enough for me. I don't expect you to go out your way and buy me a bag for Christmas, you know? You ain't gotta give me anything. But I think just being around someone makes like all the difference. I told one of my friends earlier, I said, unless you just cash in on $1 million and you tell me about it, that's when I'm gonna expect a little something, something from you. But in this economy, boom, it's cool. It is a-okay. I just want to see you. I just want to hang out with you. That's it. And I'm gonna say being considerate. I'm not sure if I said that. I've said it during the takes of this episode, but I'm not sure if I said it on this one. So I'm gonna say it. Being considerate. I think it's really unfair when people involve you in all of the negative things that are happening in their life without checking in on you first. Because life be lifing for us all, okay? But I do think it's important to check in on your friends and ask them like how it is they're doing before you decide to share like some tragic news. Unless it's like something that like just happened that you absolutely can't hold in. Like maybe you had like a death or something like that. Like, okay, I share that with your people. It's like when I had some vandalism done in my car this past week, y'all. No, what the hell that was about. That shit shocked me. And I have a potty mouth too. So I'm gonna be swearing a bit on here. So if you hear a cuss word, do not be shocked. I have such a potty mouth. And I'm working on it. But anyways, had this weird kind of shitty week. And I told my friends about it, right? But I check in on them. I don't just tell them when bad things are happening to me. I share when good things are happening. You know, if I'm eating dinner, I may send a picture of what I'm eating for dinner. I talk to them. I don't just hit them up and be like, "Oh my God, my earth is shattering, and there's a fire in my kitchen, and my car won't start." I'm like, "What happened to you? Hey, how are you?" It's like nobody asks that question no more. But I think that goes a long way. I think that goes a long way. And I don't know, loving all your people. Prove yourself to be trustworthy. And I feel like being a friend should not be like a chore. It should be easy. You should want to be around people. You should want to love on them. You should want to show gratitude because it's free. It has no money. Being mindful of like their time, and if they don't respond right away, maybe they need some space. Send a text, hey, I hope everything is all right. I haven't heard from you today or in a few days. I'm here if you need anything. And that goes a long way because that person will always remember who was there for them when they needed people the most, but they weren't able to quite communicate that with people. That goes a long way, y'all. We gotta start loving on each other, man. Any day could be our last day. And doing little simple acts of kindness can really save someone. Okay? So now let's move into liability friends. So, good friends encourage you to be the best you can be and to make good choices. Those are assets. Friends who encourage you to do risky or self destructive behavior are major liabilities. I remember having like this tip for this little incident, and I had a knucklehead in my ear telling me that I need to go and act on it or I need to go do something about it. And I'm like, baby, I got a crib, I got a car, I got bills. I can't be around here in and out of people's jail because I'm acting on temporary emotions. Friends who encourage you to do stupid shit that's gonna put your life at risk are liabilities. Some people think it's cute, some people think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. Okay? And I ain't gonna lie, when I have a little liquor in my system, I can crack jokes, right? I'm like, oh, I remember you told me this story. I'm gonna go and blame his tires. That's all jokes. I would never do such a thing to anybody. I'm not with vandalizing somebody's property. That's where I draw the line. I'm not into that. It's not my thing. I don't encourage my friends to do it. And I won't allow someone to talk me into that. Because to me, you don't care about that person because you are encouraging them to go and fuck up and throw their life away because of temporary emotions. If you see a friend that is heated to the point where it seems like they are finna go and act on it that may cost them something, you need to talk them down. Give them words of encouragement. And I think a good friend encourages you to see things from different perspectives. But not everyone is mature enough to receive it because they think you're coming for them all the time. And people need to learn these days that everybody doesn't have it out for you. Not everyone is your enemy. And if you can forgive a guy that goes to you for a couple months or a couple weeks because he was crying over his granddad that passed away when he was 9, you can like forgive your friend and be kind to your friend if you let that shit slide. We gotta start appreciating our friends more because friendships are priceless, right? We can't hold grudges against each other. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm just gonna encourage you not to. And I'm also not the one to talk about grudges because I can hold a grudge for a long time. I'm the type I'll forgive you in my heart, but I'll never forget anything that you did to me, especially if it made me feel away because I'm not someone who's just like an easily angry person. You really gotta do some dirty stuff to make me like not like you. But if you do something like that, you're dead to me. um, but nah, for real. It could be a random Tuesday afternoon. I'll text my friend and tell him that I love him. And they may be like, Shun, have you been drinking, girl? Oh, I hope it didn't sound like when I said that. Or like, is it your time of the month? I'm like, stop playing with me. I does this. I always check in and tell people that I love them just randomly. I be on the phone with my sister in mid sentence while she's talking. I'm like, Renisha, I love you. Right? Cause that's my sister. And not to know it's like my friend, but she kind of is. Like she's my friend that I've known all my life. But I feel like nowadays, and I'm not gonna say everyone, right? Like I said, this is just from my perspective. Some people can have friends that look good in pictures. Like sometimes people just want to be your friend because of how you look, not necessarily like because of who you are as a person. Because they may not even care about that. They care about what photo ops they can get with you, or just so they're like not lonely. Or look, I'm hanging out with this pretty bitch, yada yada. And that's lame. Be around good people who add value. If you have a partner that does not add value to you, wash your hands with them. We're going into the new year, but I believe that you got to start creating healthy habits before the clock strikes 12. Not in month 2, like, oh my God, February 1st, I'm going to start working out because I want to lose weight. Like, no. Start making changes now and build up to it. So by the time that time comes around, you're already in the habit. If you want to be a better person, start doing your research now and start practicing being a good person because being kind is free. I don't get the point in being a jerk to someone because you never know what people are going through. Love, 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 love on these people who are here for you. Don't push them away. Give them a chance. And I'm guilty. I don't really let people close to me. I feel like I've been burned quite a bit, and I try not to let that um discourage me. I'm slow work in progress, but I'm trying. Okay, we all are, and we need to give ourselves some credit for that. Each week, I hope to become more open and more vulnerable, but of course, I'm not just going to put everybody in my business. But we need each other, right? We need to lean on each other. We need to learn from each other because none of us are perfect, and we should always be looking for ways to grow. We're not almanac. We don't know everything, and that's okay not to know everything. That's the beauty of life. You never stop learning. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you were able to differentiate whether or not you are an asset or a liability. And if you are a liability, I encourage you to dig a little bit deeper into who you are and figure out why you may be a liability. Like what triggers that? Is it related to something from like your upbringing, or is it just who you are as a person? And if it is, just go talk to someone. Talk to someone who you look up to. Um, my parents have been divorced since I was in the third grade, so I didn't really have like a woman to like look up to per se. It was always women like in my school side, my teachers and stuff. Um, my eighth grade teacher, Ms. Weaver, she was such a lovely woman. She still is a lovely woman. I looked up to her. Miss Johnson, I had her when I was in high school. She was amazing. I had like some amazing like even like male mentors that like I look up to. And my friend Joy, I look up to her a whole bunch. And I'm like, I want to be like you because the way she handles things and maneuver things is so beautiful. And I hope to have her on here one day. But without them, I would not be at this point. So talk to your people, love your people, learn from them. And if you can't learn from them, maybe you need to value someone else. So many people out here. And be open. Just strike up a conversation. Okay? I know my tone sounds very low, but I don't know. I'm in like a very calm headspace going into this week. This week I hope is good to me. I hope it's calming. I hope it's great. I turn 25 next week. And one of my friends said her 25th year of living was a year of clarity. And that's kind of what I hope for as well. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to get out of my 25th year. And I think I'm going to talk about that on my next episode. So kind of like a recap of being 24 because this year was hell, okay? It was really rough, but I made it out. I think we're almost there. I made it out. Oh, I'm just joking. A little dark humor. But no, I made it through. And it hasn't been all bad. It's just been a lot of learning, and y'all learning it can be hard because learning can come in different forms, okay? And sometimes it may not be in a form that I want to receive. And yeah, that's what it's been. But anyways, I think I'm done talking your ear off. Are you an asset or a liability? Have an amazing week, y'all. Have an amazing week. But that all depends on you. If you go into the week thinking this week is gonna be terrible, you will have a terrible week. But if you go into it talking to yourself and saying, I'm gonna have a great week, and you really believe it, you will. Okay? I'll see y'all or you'll hear me next week. Leave a comment if you have any thoughts on today's episode. I hope it was insightful for you. Um, I changed my TikTok and my Instagram to make it easier for people to find me. If you just type in Shun SHUN the space Monae MONAE, you should be able to find me. So I don't know, shoot me a DM or if you're one of my colleagues, let me know what you think, okay? All right, bye y'all. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe now and join our community. Let's embark on this exciting journey of self discovery and empowerment together. Welcome to Let's Talk About It.